Outdoor Adventures.
Hey guys, Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Well, there's never been a better time to go back to the classics than now. As many of you know, it was leaked online yesterday about the new Glock Gen 6. I think it has some features that I find interesting that I'd like to check out, but a lot of people have been against them. A lot of things going on there, but one of the things is there seems to be a blurred out line on the grip here of the Gen 6 where they're supposed to be able to change the length of the grip. I'm not sure what they're thinking, if that's actually, they're going to break off a piece of the grip. Seems like a pretty weak spot. I could be totally wrong. There's just been some speculation about that. There was the whole thing with the V series of the Glocks that people were against, or they made some changes. It's going to be harder for people to add aftermarket slide cuts, things like that. So because of that, a lot of my buddies have been getting Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. They have been harder to get. I was told that they're going to be collector's items, to get them while you can. I don't know if that's true. I think there's a lot on the market right now, but I was in the market for a Gen 3 or 4 Glock 20 because I have simply loved those. And what I found was a Gen 3 Glock 20C. So this is the ported version of the 10mm Glock 20. We're going to take a close look at this. We're going to take it to the range. I'll give you my final thoughts. This is a safe firearm, by the way. All right, well, here is the 20C. This is a Gen 3. A lot of people do not like the finger grooves. I happen to really like the finger grooves. It fits my hand perfectly. I wish the Gen 5 would have gone back to these finger grooves, but a lot of people disagree with me about that. I like how it's not ambi. They just have the slide stop on this side. I do think that it'd be good if, you know, they offered to switch it over like on some of the other models, but it's a little thinner because of that. So as you can see, it says 20C, and there we go. It's got the slide cuts and the ports in the actual barrel. So this is a safe weapon. But as you can see, now what I thought was interesting is you can see the front plastic sight is mangled. I do have to get new sights for it. But what I believe happened is it softened up this polymer because of the gas shooting out here. And then it rubbed against a holster or something, and as you can see, it is deformed right there. So kind of interesting how that happened. But otherwise, this is just like any other Glock 20 10mm. But the main thing I think that I don't like about it is it's got the single recoil spring. It doesn't have the double captured recoil spring that they came out with the Gen 4. So that is a typical Gen 3. Only thing I don't like about it. They also made some improvements on the trigger slightly with each generation, but I know a lot of people who love their Gen 3s, especially their Gen 4s, but it sure does feel nice in the hand. And of course, you've got 15 rounds plus one of 10mm at your disposal. So really excited to check this out. All right, first shots with the Glock 20C. I'm going to start off with MagTech, then we're going to move into some Underwood hardcast, but I'm really hoping this is not going to jam on me. I have high hopes, so let's see. Wow. So, 15 rounds. I didn't want to do it, but I got to test it. This is expensive stuff. This is the Underwood. It's their coated 200 grain hard cast. So, oh wow, closed when I slammed that down. So let's see how this stuff does. I'm really excited to see if it works. Got hit with some brass. Man, changed the recoil a little bit with those ports. Let's shoot a few rounds of what I got left of this XPP. See how that does. Man,
super excited though. This is running great. So we got 10 rounds, Hornady X2P. See how that does. It did. All right. Fireball. Man, I'm loving this thing. Oh, never mind. I got a jam on the last one. Idiot. You know what? I think I was riding the slide stop. Let's see if that one. Okay, there we go. That was me, but kind of weird. All right, we'll test it some more.
Well, there you have it. I'm going to do some more testing. We did have a couple times where I believe my thumb hit the slide stop and it locked open. There was no stovepipes, no failure to eject. It just locked open, and I think that was user error. People always say I put my thumbs way too high, but I'm going to do more testing. I was very pleased how it did 15 rounds of the hard-hitting Underwood 200 grain coated hard cast just fine. The only complaint about this pistol I have is even with the ports, it didn't take away the recoil as much as I thought it would, because I am used to the Gen 4 double captured spring. That makes a huge difference. I think if they did a Gen 4 version of the 20C, it would be better. But as far as I've seen, pretty much, unless it's aftermarket, there is just the Gen 3 version. I still like it. This is still going to be something I carry in the woods. I'm going to test it out some more, but let me know what you guys think. Having a blast with this pistol. Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you all die every time.